You are probably asking yourself where this project is located, right? This is Ghana. Yes. Stay with me. I welcome you all once again to another insightful video. Today I am coming to you from the western region of Ghana, Takoradi. Ghana's 500 million euro Manso-Huni Valley Railway project, which is still in progress. If today is your first time on my channel, kindly hit the subscribe button to enjoy more content like this, and also turn on the notification so you do not miss out anytime I drop a video. And of course, if you are already a subscriber to, I must say I really appreciate you being part of this journey. Without wasting much time, let's get into the video. Ghana's 500 million euro Huni Valley Railway project is still in progress. The Ghana Railway Development Authority is responsible for overseeing the development of the railway infrastructure in Ghana. In recent years, the government of Ghana has embarked on a number of railway development projects aimed at improving the country's transportation infrastructure and boosting economic growth. The President of the Republic of Ghana, Nana Addo Dankwa Akufo-Addo, upon his assumption of office in January 2017, was determined to change the transportation statistics because of his belief in the fact that an efficient railway system is critical to the progress and prosperity of Ghana, the reason why he re-established the Ministry of Railways Development. This railway project is expected to be completed within 42 months. Construction of this project is managed by Amandi Investment Limited. The environmental and social impact assessment of the Takoradi Port to Huni Valley Railway line was on the redevelopment of a 102-kilometer stretch of railway in Ghana to accommodate standard gauge rail lines and realignment to allow for higher speeds. The proposed redevelopment of the Takoradi Port to Huni Valley Railway line forms part of the wider rehabilitation of the Western Line identified in the Railway Master Plan, with rehabilitation of the line from Huni Valley to Kumasi considered as a separate project. The rehabilitation of the line from Takoradi Port to Huni Valley involves upgrading the line to standard gauge, as well as realignment of sections to allow an increase in train speed up to 120 kilometers per hour. Rehabilitation of the line commenced in 2017, with some aspects of the rail upgrades funded through the government, including the upgrade to the track between Takoradi Station and Kojokrom, including the installation of dual gauge sleepers to facilitate the subsequent upgrade to standard gauge. As a result, only the laying of the standard gauge rails on the existing dual gauge sleepers in this area is required as part of the project construction. In addition, the track upgrades between Kojokrom and Manso are also currently in construction, with some 40 to 50% of the construction work completed. In this session, only the construction of the Ishim realignment or offline route section is within the scope of the project. North of Manso to north of Takwa, the route will be upgraded to a twin-track standard gauge network with construction or upgrades of 6 stations. The project includes a number of realignment sessions, the most significant of which is located at Takwa and which comprises decommissioning the line which currently runs through the center of Takwa and relocating it to the east of Takwa. The project also includes the construction of a heavy maintenance facility at Takwa. North of Takwa to Huni Valley, the line will consist of single-line standard gauge track. The project includes construction of 2 stations in this section, Bompieso and Huni Valley, and straightening alignment. The president noted that the development of the Western Railway line is on course, with the 22-kilometer section of the line from Kojokrom to Manso proceeding steadily and scheduled for completion before the end of this year. This Manso to Huni Valley project includes the conversion of dual-gauge tracks between Takoradi and Kojokrom from narrow gauge to standard gauge, the construction of a new 8-kilometer standard gauge rail line within the Takoradi port to the Takoradi station in order to have a continuous standard gauge connection from the port to the Insuta bauxite mining site and other mines will help facilitate the haulage and export of minerals. The government is committed to securing additional resources to complete the expansion of the new standard gauge rail network in the country, in line with the Railway Master Plan. Here are some of the major railway development projects currently underway in Ghana. Eastern Line. This railway project involves the construction of a 330 kilometers standard gauge railway line between Tema and Kumasi. The project is expected to improve transportation efficiency and reduce transportation costs, particularly for the movement of goods. Western Line. This railway project involves the construction of a 339 kilometer standard gauge railway line between Takoradi and Kumasi. The project is expected to promote economic growth by improving access to markets for businesses in the region. Thirdly, Central Spine. This railway project involves the construction of a 560 kilometer standard gauge railway line between Kumasi and Paga in the Upper East region. The project is expected to improve connectivity between the northern and southern regions of Ghana as well as to neighboring countries. Lastly, Takoradi to Paga. This railway project involves the construction of a 1,000 kilometer standard gauge railway line that will run from the port city of Takoradi to Paga in the Upper East region. The project is aimed at improving trade and economic growth in Ghana, as well as enhancing regional integration. In addition to these major projects, there are also plans to modernize the existing narrow gauge railway lines in Ghana and to improve the country's railway infrastructure overall. The development of the railway network in Ghana is expected to have a significant impact on the country's economy, improving transportation efficiency, reducing transportation costs, promoting economic growth, and creating new job opportunities. Here are some ways railway development can boost Ghana's economy. 1. Improved transportation efficiency. A modern railway network can move goods and people more quickly and efficiently than other modes of transportation. This can reduce transportation costs, improve supply chain logistics, and makes it easier for businesses to access markets. 2. Increased trade. A well-connected railway network can increase trade and economic growth by improving the flow of goods and people across regions. This can lead to increased exports and imports, which can boost the economy and create jobs. Job creation. Railway development projects can create jobs in the construction, manufacturing, and maintenance sectors. In addition, improved transportation infrastructure can attract businesses and investors to the region, which can create new employment opportunities. Development of new industries. Railway development can encourage the development of new industries, such as manufacturing and agriculture, by providing better access to markets and reducing transportation costs. Lastly, tourism. Railway development can also boost the tourism sector by providing new opportunities for travelers to explore different regions of Ghana. This can lead to increased revenue for local businesses, hotels, and restaurants. Overall, investing in railway development can have a positive impact on Ghana's economy by providing transportation efficiency, increasing trade, creating jobs, and promoting economic growth. Thank you for watching. I hope you enjoyed this video and found it more informative. If you did, please consider giving it a like and sharing it with friends and family. And if you haven't already subscribed, kindly subscribe to this channel for more content like this. Also, feel free to leave a comment down below with your thoughts or any suggestions for future videos. Your feedback is always appreciated. And lastly, if you want to stay updated on all my latest videos, make sure to hit the notification bell so you do not miss a thing. Thank you again for watching, and I'll see you in my next video.